Tales told in Granny T's fort. Oliver and the Tea Party of Big Feelings. The blanket fort felt extra snug tonight. The blankets hung low like soft clouds. The lantern sat in Granny T's lap like a sleeping star. Peyton was already tucked in, her hair spread across her pillow like she'd been thinking too much again. Roland was in his quiet corner, holding his stuffed animal close, eyes open but calm. Jesse was whispering to himself about how his sleeping bag zipper was literally impossible. But he wasn't angry about it, not really. Oliver crawled in last. Of course he did. He fixed the blanket wall where it drooped. He handed Peyton her pillow without being asked. He nudged Jesse's sleeping bag over so his feet wouldn't touch Roland's. Then he sat down and smiled. A perfect smile. The kind of smile that said, "Everything is okay. Everything is okay. I will make sure of it." Granny T watched him for a moment. Not suspicious, just gentle. "My sweet Oliver," she said softly, "your smile looks tired tonight." Oliver blinked. His smile stayed. "I'm fine," he said quickly. "I'm just making sure everyone's good." Peyton whispered, "You always do that." Oliver shrugged. "Someone has to." Jesse frowned. "No, you don't." Oliver's smile tightened. He looked down at his hands. "I don't like when people are upset," he admitted quietly. Roland's voice was barely audible. "You don't have to fix it." Oliver swallowed. "Yes, I do," he whispered, "because if I don't, it gets worse." Granny T leaned forward slightly, eyes warm. "If today felt too big," she said gently, "we'll make it smaller, one story at a time." Oliver's shoulders drooped just a little, like he'd been holding a heavy box and someone finally offered to take one corner. Granny T turned the lantern's knob. Click! Golden light bloomed inside it, slow and calm, like a sunrise that didn't need to hurry. And just like that, the story world woke up. The fort expanded softly. The air changed. It smelled like honey tea and warm cookies and the pages of a well-loved book. The lantern glow spilled onto the floor, and the shadows shaped themselves into a path. Granny T's voice became the story. "Tonight," she whispered, "I'm going to tell you about a boy who hosted a tea party for big feelings." Oliver blinked. "Feelings drink tea?" Granny T smiled. "They do when they're invited kindly." The lantern pulsed once, and the story began. Oliver and the Tea Party of Big Feelings. Once upon a time, in a town where the windows glowed gold at night and the trees hummed softly in the wind, there lived a boy named Oliver. Oliver was kind, not just polite kind, not just shares his snacks kind. Oliver was the kind that tried to keep everyone comfortable. If someone frowned, Oliver noticed. If someone sighed, Oliver noticed. If someone's voice got sharp, Oliver noticed. And whenever someone felt upset, Oliver tried to fix it. He fixed it fast. He fixed it before anyone could argue. He fixed it before anyone could cry. He fixed it before anyone could get mad. Oliver believed something very important. If everyone is happy, everyone is safe. So Oliver became a little peacekeeper, a tiny helper, a professional, it's okay. One afternoon, Oliver was walking home when he saw two squirrels arguing in the street. Their voices were squeaky and sharp. "My acorn," one squeaked. "No, mine," squeaked the other. Oliver rushed over. "Hi," he said brightly. "We can share. I can find more acorns." The squirrels blinked. They kept arguing anyway. Oliver's smile wobbled. He tried again. "Maybe you can take turns," he suggested. The squirrels squeaked louder. Oliver's stomach tightened. His chest felt prickly. Why aren't they calming down, he thought. Why isn't it working? Oliver walked faster. At the corner, two birds were upset because one had bumped the other's wing. Oliver stepped in. "I'm sure it was an accident," he said quickly. "It's okay. Everyone's okay." The birds chirped angrily anyway. Oliver's chest got tighter. He hurried home. He didn't like that feeling, the feeling of people being upset, the feeling of the world being messy, the feeling that his smile wasn't strong enough. That night, Oliver lay in bed staring at the ceiling. He could hear the sounds of the house, soft footsteps, a sink running, a door closing gently, normal sounds, safe sounds. But inside Oliver's chest, everything felt loud. His thoughts buzzed like tiny bees. Did I help enough today? Did I make it better? What if someone is upset right now and I don't know? What if it's my job to fix it and I fail? Oliver hugged his blanket close. He didn't want to be the reason anyone felt bad. He didn't want anyone to be mad. He didn't want anyone to cry. Oliver squeezed his eyes shut, and that's when he heard it, a soft little knock. Not on the door, on the inside of his chest. Tap, tap, tap. Oliver froze. Then he heard a voice. Not a scary voice, a tired voice. Hello, the voice said. Oliver sat up. "Who's there?" he whispered. The voice sighed. "It's me," it said. "Your feelings." Oliver blinked. "My feelings?" The voice sounded annoyed now. "Yes," it said. "Your feelings. We've been trying to get your attention all day." Oliver's stomach flipped. He whispered, "I'm sorry." The voice huffed. "You keep ignoring us," it said. "You keep smiling over us. You keep shoving us behind your ribs like we're messy laundry." Oliver's cheeks warmed. He didn't mean to. He just didn't want to make things worse. The voice continued, softer now. "You don't have to fix everyone else," it said, "but you do have to listen to us." Oliver swallowed. "I don't know how," he admitted. There was a pause. Then something strange happened. A warm light flickered at the foot of Oliver's bed. Not lantern light, tea light. A tiny table appeared. A small round table with a lace cloth. 4 tiny chairs. A teapot that steamed gently. And a little sign that read, "Tea Party Invitation for Big Feelings Only." Oliver stared. "What is this?" he whispered. The teapot poured itself. A cup filled with warm golden tea. The scent rose into the air like comfort. Then the bedroom door creaked open. Oliver's heart jumped. But it wasn't a person. It was a feeling, a big one. It stepped into the room like it owned the place. It wore a long red coat and heavy boots. Its eyebrows were sharp. Its arms were crossed. It looked like it was holding a thunderstorm inside its chest. It glared at Oliver. "Hi," it snapped. Oliver's eyes widened. "You're," Oliver whispered. The feeling rolled its eyes. "I'm anger," it said. "Obviously." Oliver's stomach tightened. Anger sat down at the tiny table like it was daring Oliver to complain. Before Oliver could speak, another figure floated in. This one was gray-blue, wrapped in a soft shawl. Its eyes looked tired. It moved slowly, like walking through water. It gave Oliver a small, sad smile. "I'm Sadness," it whispered. Oliver swallowed hard. Then another came, a green, twitchy figure with wide eyes and a nervous bounce in its knees. It clutched a tiny notebook filled with lists. "I'm Worry," it said quickly. "Sorry I'm late. I was imagining 10 disasters." Oliver's chest tightened. Then another feeling stepped in. This one was small but sharp. It wore a yellow scarf and had a tight little mouth. It stared at Oliver like it didn't trust him. "I'm Jealousy," it muttered, "and I don't want to be here." Oliver's eyes widened. The feelings all sat at the tiny table. The tea poured itself. Steam curled like gentle clouds. Oliver stood frozen beside his bed, heart pounding. He didn't want this. This was messy. This was loud. This was exactly what he tried to avoid. Anger slammed its cup down. "Are you going to keep pretending we don't exist?" Anger demanded. Oliver flinched. Sadness sighed softly. Worry chewed its lip. Jealousy crossed its arms tighter. Oliver swallowed. I don't want you guys to make trouble," he whispered. Anger scoffed. "We're not trouble," Anger snapped. "We're information." Oliver blinked. "Information?" Sadness nodded gently. "Feelings are messages," Sadness whispers. "We tell you what matters." Worry leaned forward, eyes wide. "I tell you when something feels uncertain," it said quickly. "I'm not trying to ruin your day. I'm trying to protect you." Jealousy muttered. "I tell you when you want something, too." Oliver's chest tightened. "But if you show up," Oliver whispered, "then someone might be upset." Anger pointed a finger at him. "Someone is upset," it said. "You." Oliver's breath caught. He hadn't thought of it that way. Sadness patted Oliver's hand gently. "You've been working very hard," it whispered. Worry nodded. "So hard." Oliver's eyes stung. He sat down slowly in the tiny chair beside the table. The chair fit him perfectly. The teapot poured him a cup. Oliver stared into the warm tea. He whispered, "I don't know what to do with you." Anger leaned back, still intense, but less sharp. "You don't have to do anything," Anger said. "You just have to let us visit." Oliver blinked. "Visit?" Sadness nodded. "Feelings come and go," Sadness said softly, "like guests." Worry added quickly, "Sometimes we stay longer than we should, but we don't live here forever." Jealousy shrugged. "I'm usually just passing through." Oliver's throat tightened. "But if I don't fix it," Oliver whispered, "won't it get worse?" Anger shook its head. "No," it said firmly. "Sometimes people need to feel upset." Oliver's eyes widened. Sadness nodded gently. Upset isn't dangerous, Sadness whispered. It's human. Worry nodded. It feels big, but it's not forever. Oliver's shoulders sagged. He whispered, so I don't have to make everyone happy. Anger softened its voice just a little. No, it said, you don't. Oliver's eyes stung. Jealousy leaned forward. You can still be kind, it said, but you don't have to be the fixer. Oliver swallowed. The teapot steamed. The room felt warmer, not because the feelings were gone, but because they were allowed to exist. Oliver took a tiny sip of tea. It tasted like honey and courage. He whispered, what do I say when someone is upset? Sadness smiled. You can say, it offered gently, I'm here. Worry nodded quickly. And, it added, you can say, it's okay to feel that. Anger crossed its arms again, but it wasn't as scary now. And if you need to step back, Anger said, you can say, I'm going to take a break. Oliver's chest loosened. He repeated the words softly, like they were spells. I'm here. It's okay to feel that. I'm going to take a break. The feelings nodded, satisfied. The tea party lasted a little longer. Then one by one, the feelings stood up. Anger nodded once, sharp but respectful, and walked out. Sadness gave Oliver a gentle pat on the shoulder and floated away. Worry waved anxiously and hurried after them. Jealousy muttered, okay, bye, and disappeared like a puff of yellow dust. The table faded, the teapot faded, the room returned to normal. Oliver lay back down, heart still thumping, but he felt different, not fixed, not perfect, just calmer, because now he knew feelings could visit and he didn't have to fight them. The next day, Oliver was with friends when one of them got upset. Their face tightened. Their voice got sharp. Oliver felt the old panic rise. Fix it, fix it, fix it. But Oliver remembered the tea party. He took one breath. He didn't rush in with a forced smile. He didn't scramble for the perfect words. Instead, he said softly, I'm here. His friend blinked. Oliver added, it's okay to feel that. The friend's shoulders dropped a little. Oliver stayed close, not fixing, just present. And for the first time, Oliver realized something important. Sometimes being kind wasn't about making the feeling go away. Sometimes it was about making space for it. The lantern glow softened. The tea party faded. The feelings disappeared into warm shadow. And suddenly, the fort was just the fort again. Blankets overhead, sleeping bags below, Granny T in her cozy chair. Oliver blinked slowly. His smile wasn't perfect anymore. It was softer, real. Granny T watched him gently. Oliver swallowed. Then he whispered, I don't have to fix it. Granny T nodded. No, my love. Oliver's eyes stung. I can just be there. Granny T smiled warmly. Yes, she said. That is often the bravest kind of kindness. Peyton whispered, feelings can visit. Roland murmured, not forever. Jessie huffed quietly. Tea party with anger sounds weird. Oliver almost laughed. Granny T chuckled softly. Anger likes tea more than you'd think, she said. Oliver breathed out slowly, and for once, he didn't feel responsible for everyone's peace. He felt responsible only for his own heart, and that was enough. The fort was quiet again. Blankets above, sleeping bags below, and the soft sound of everyone breathing a little slower. Granny T turned the lantern down low until it looked like a tiny golden star. She reached out and gave the closest sleeping bag a gentle pat. Good, she murmured. That's better. Then, in her softest voice, close your eyes, my loves. You're safe. You're loved. You're home.